Okay, back in business. All right, so I have here a beautiful vintage Longines, which is one of my favorite brands. The reason it's one of my favorite brands is because I bought a Longines watch for my son when he got married, and it kind of started getting me into the world of watches when I started to understand them and learn about them. And so here I am, just learning about watches and kind of just going along this journey, which a lot of people have the pleasure of doing. And so I am on that journey. And this watch I got from an auction, and try to see if I can get it there. I don't know, but anyways, I wanted to show a little bit of before and after of this watch, kind of see what it looks like, and maybe I can turn around and sell it. So here's the back, really dirty, looks like it's probably right here you can see it says 10 karat gold filled, which is right up here, 10 karat gold filled. So let's see what I can do. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this tool. Actually, I'm not going to use this tool because that's if I needed to open up the case. But you can see right here, we can open it on the side. So what I want to do is find an opening, which I think we can see right here on the edge. Oh, you know what? Even more so. Right here is an opening, and so what I want to do is just pop that open, which came off pretty easy. Let's see what we're dealing with. All right, so it allowed me to take this off, and we could kind of see that beautiful dial all by itself. So but what we want to do is we want to actually go further. So what we need to do is figure out how to separate the dial from the rest of the case. So alright, so I think what we're dealing with here is this whole thing will just separate out from the case. We can kind of just easily lift it out. We can just remove everything. So what we're going to do is just take this out and kind of go from there. See what we're dealing with. But anyways, wow, look at that. This is, looks like it's having a serial number. We got some dates in there. This is a good sign. Longines Wittenauer, Watch Co. Inc., New York. Lots of scratch marks from the history of this watch when it was being serviced. So that's really special. So what I'm going to do is you can kind of see there's lots of green goo around the side. So what I'm going to do is put this through the ultrasonic cleaner, kind of see what we're dealing with. But let's take a look at the movement and see what we got. Wow. This watch is running caliber 23Z, and it's a little dirty, definitely could use a servicing. So we're gonna we're gonna take a look at this and see what we gotta do. So what I'm gonna do for the moment is, I don't like to set this down, but what I want to do is just put it in this movement holder right here, and let's keep it nice and safe right here. So get that right there. And so at this point, I already know what I want to do is I want to clean these. The band is broke. Let's take a look at the glass around here, and what I can see is it's absolutely dirty. It's acrylic, and this may be something that I want to just replace altogether. I'm going to find out. This doesn't look original, but what I can do is put a new one on. That'd be real easy since I probably have it. And so what I like to do at this point is just, before I do anything, is find out what size I'm dealing with. And so we're at 28.2, 28.25. Let's just go with that. 28.3. So I might have one. If not, what we'll do is we'll just repair it, and we'll go from there. So alright, so I just filled this up with water. I'm going to just put these in there and put it on there for 20 minutes or so. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, so here we go. So at this point, it's all the dirt and grime, you know, it still needs a little bit of help. So it's important to, let's go ahead and take a look at it and see what we're dealing with, but it's pretty dirty. So I use this pegwood here to kind of go through and clean it off. I don't need my finger cots on for this, but you can kind of see, you know, you can kind of get this off and see if we need to do anything more drastic. But man, this is beautiful. But I just want to use this pegwood to kind of make my way around and clean it off. Might need a little more persuasion when it comes to getting all of this off, but I don't want to ruin it, or I definitely don't want to bend anything or cause anything to grind away, because I do have a polisher that might be what this needs, a real light polishing. But I mean, I kind of like it too, so I'm not sure yet exactly what I'm going to do, but in the meantime I'm just going to try to clean it up and get it as clean as possible. This is what I like to do. It's really fun. This is really fun to bring watches back alive. I don't know why I like it so much, but if you're watching this, you like it too. And we all have our hobbies, and this is ours. And honestly, watchmaking is kind of dying off, so people like us like to keep it alive. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing it. It's very interesting. So this is so cool because inside this watch I can see the watchmaker marks. This thing is old. I'm actually going to look this up and find out a little bit of history on how old this watch is, and probably figure out how many times it's been serviced. But it is still running. It is still doing really good. So somebody in the past has done some things with this watch. So all right, I think I've got it enough. I don't think I'm going to get it any better with this pegwood. Ultrasonic cleaner did really well. What we could do before I go over is use this, just kind of clean this a little bit. Kind of gives it a good little shine. Doesn't really take anything off of it. It's a polishing cloth for fine materials. I use it on my watches, and then I kind of just, try to restore this. This probably could use a gasket too. I don't see one on here. It doesn't have one. So what I'm going to do is just kind of wipe it down. Kind of get it real good, and then hopefully I don't know if I'm going to do anything more permanent to get some of this grime off. I may just keep it, honestly. So after I wipe it down with this, you can do a couple things. You can kind of see this gets all this black stuff on there, and so it's easy just to wipe it off. And it just brings out a nice little shine, honestly. Oh, look at that, you can see the camera. So what I'm going to do is just wipe it down, and then wipe this down, get all the black stuff off. Kind of see what we're dealing with after this, see if it's good enough. Make this watch look like it did years ago. That's the goal. So here we are. Alright, so next what we want to do is deal with this crystal here. So that's up next. Okay, so I have here a case, nice crystal, and movement, and I don't have a bracelet that I like. I'm looking at this dial, and I don't really want to do much with it. Looks really nice, and it's running. And so what I want to do is just put this all back together, and then I actually want to just put it on the timographer and kind of see what we're dealing with. But in the meantime, at this point, I like to take a look at the movement. Let's see here. That is beautiful. Doesn't look like it's running at peak performance, so it's definitely going to need a servicing. That's something that we're going to take a look at doing. But I like to get some photos of this movement and do a little research and find out what year it is. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's put this down. Okay, so what I did was I took a photo of the movement on the back and I looked up the serial number, and this watch is actually from 1952. So that's really special, I think. So at this point, what I want to do is, this doesn't really take too much. Let's just set this right back in the case here. Let's be real careful. Let's make sure it's not, fits in there real nice and snug. And so what I want to do here is I want to just pop this bad boy on. Doesn't really snap in there really all that well. I don't want to do any polishing. So at this point, let's just put this all together and take a look at what we're dealing with here. That looks quite a bit better than when we first got it. Winds up really well. It is currently, you know what I like to do is I like to just set this right there so I can kind of get an idea. This watch is great because the seconds hand is right down here. I love those kind of watches. So nothing on the side. I'm gonna have to do a little research to find out why the crown doesn't have the Longines symbol on the side. So I'm doing just a little test, but it does a little spin right there in the case. But look at that, it fires up just fine. So time to go to the timographer. Alright, so what I'm going to do, since it's running, I'm just going to put it right up here. I'm going to see if we can get any good readings out of this. So let's turn it on and let's see what plus 177 seconds a day. Yeah, it definitely needs a service, that's for sure. So in an ideal world, I'm gonna service this, so stay tuned to that.